The men I killed, your men. I gave them a chance. They made their decision. I'm giving you the opportunity to make yours. I've done some bad things in my life. I promised someone that I love very much that I would never go back to being that person. But for you, I'm going to make an exception.
This is based on a 1985 TV show, The Equalizer.
Yeah.
Ran 4 seasons. And now they're bringing it to the present time. Part of the present time is updating technology, making the movie a little more slicker than a TV show, because that's all it was with a TV show. Oh, and making the hero black.
Mm-hmm. Instead of a old retired British spy.
Yeah. Denzel Washington plays this guy. You don't know what his deal is. He's working at a Home Depot ripoff. Life's so boring. He just goes to the same diner every night, drinks tea, reads his book, talks to this underage prostitute every night.
The funny thing is, he brings his own tea bag, so really all he's ordering is hot water.
All he's ordering is water. That's because the guy's too scared to tell him to pay. You gonna tell Denzel Washington he needs to pay for this? But he goes every night. He makes friends with this underage prostitute, and he sees one night she's getting beat up, and he decides, like, you know what? I'm gonna help her out. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. And you think, okay, that's what the movie's about. Is him going after the pimp or the pimp organization of this girl. But no, you don't realize that what you're watching with this movie, you're watching a superhero origin film. Denzel is so fucking cool. He's not human.
Exactly.
See, that's the thing. Chloe, if you're going to see this for Chloe Grace Moretz, she's hardly in the film.
It's true.
He's the catalyst for him to
She's the catalyst for him.
She's the catalyst for him
becoming the Punisher,
becoming a superhero. And trust me, he is a superhero. He decided to take on the mob, and he's doing some Spider-Man, Batman shit. He's taking on small little missions, fighting corruption here, helping somebody who's getting robbed there.
Yeah.
Really Spider-Man shit. He's not a human being.
He's not a human being. He's able to pull off things that defy human anatomy and physics and time.
No. Once he goes around and finds those pimps and starts slapping them around, he gets a taste. He gets a taste for justice. Because he's got some kind of background, like Liam Neeson, a certain set of skills. We don't know from who taught him this or whatever. But he goes around and he says, you know something? I remember this. That's right. I can beat the fuck out of anybody. You know what I'm saying? So he spends the whole movie pretty much being the Punisher. Okay,
you throwing me off because you said like you were going to come in here and disagree with what I said. And you're saying exactly what I said.
This is what makes this movie, for me, better than Taken.
Okay.
Because I know I heard you say something, but this is what makes this better than Taken for me. Because Denzel will knock your ass on the floor and make sure you don't die right away so he can say some cool shit to you.
That's what makes it better.
Beat after death, our life's gonna go on. Yours is gonna end right here on this funky floor. Over $9,800. You should have taken the money.
He will charm you while you're dying, man. That dude right there, he ain't mad no more. That dude that's sitting on the floor right there, blacking out.
Bleeding to death.
He bleeding to death. He ain't mad no more. He's like, this is actually kind of cool. Denzel saying some cool shit to me while I'm fading to black. The comparisons are going to be made immediately. Which one's better? Equalizer or Taken? If I had to take my side right here, I'm going to say that it's the Equalizer, man.
Because you love Denzel.
Denzel is a bad motherfucker, man. That's why. Because Denzel, see, Liam Neeson will come in and he will shoot somebody. And he'll do it in a way anybody will do. He'll be mad and confused. I didn't want to do this, but you made me do it. You know, screaming and hollering right to the end. Thing about Denzel, people step up to I got to show you another clip, people.
Okay.
I'm gonna warn y'all right now. Denzel, don't let nobody step to him, man. He's so cool. Liam Neeson let people he will beat your ass at the end, but he lets people just talk shit to him. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. No, not Denzel. Denzel, you come to his house, he's all up in your face. What you want?
Mr. McCall. Yeah. Sorry to bother you. We're looking into a homicide that occurred 2 weeks ago. 5 dead. Russian restaurant.
Oh, yeah, I heard about it on TV. I happened to be there that night.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. You wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
That's right. We're just checking to see if any of the patrons remembered anything suspicious that night.
Not that I recall.
May I ask why you dined at that particular restaurant?
Like Borowski.
You didn't stay long.
I didn't check my watch.
I see. Wow. Thanks for your cooperation.
Very welcome.
I'll be in touch.
Don't you want to leave me your card, officer? In case I remember anything? That's what you policemen usually do, right?
Must have given them all out.
How'd you find me? I paid cash. We didn't have a reservation. How'd you find me?
Well, that's what we do, Mr. McCall.
We who?
Find people we need to find.
We who?
You see how you flipped that around? Guy came asking questions. Denzel said, "No, I'll ask the questions."
Uh-huh.
No, now you don't know how did you find me? It's his charm in this movie. And Martin, let me tell you something. I'm just going. This is like brief. This is brief. This is like 2 seconds because when he's not kicking ass in this movie, he's such a cool guy that when he's not kicking ass, he's out there doing community service, man.
Need some help?
Yeah, if you're not doing anything, that'd be awesome.
Helping you.
Just walking around helping people clean up the place, man.
Come on.
Come on. What? Okay, you go ahead. What's up?
What do you mean? You're picking and choosing these little spots to go like, see how awesome that is? There's more to that. He ain't just helping some random guy.
What else is he doing, man? Tell me.
You know what? What makes Taken better than this movie
What's that?
is that they're pretty much the same, not the same movie, but the same type of movie. It's just that Taken knows what it is, and it stays in that hour-and-a-half range. This is bumped up with a lot of, hey, I give Antoine Fuqua lots of praise for his stylish direction.
Excuse me. Antoine Fuqua.
Thank you. I give him tons of praise for his stylish direction, but that doesn't make the story any more than what it is. It's an hour-and-a-half story that's pumped up to 2.5 hours. A half hour of that is just Denzel walking in slow-mo after blowing some shit up behind him. They repeat that shit over and over and over again. The villains are cartoons. I mean, those Russian accents, that's some serious, like Rocky and Bullwinkle, Boris and Natasha. Mm-hmm. And even like the main villain, Martin Saska, they make him all like he's a real big badass.
Where's he from?
What's his country of origin?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Because there were points where I thought he was doing a Russian accent, and I heard British coming out.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like he's a Russian badass, but he's doing a British accent the whole time.
Well, no, he's doing a Russian accent. British just comes out sometimes.
Oh, okay, I guess it sounded more British to me than Russian. But even though like they give him something about, they tell you his origin, he's a badass in the beginning, and then never again after that. But Denzel walks into every one of these scenarios. He's Superman. He's got all of it figured out. He barely breaks a sweat on what he does. He's got the drop on everybody every time. He puts no effort into it. And there's no consequences for his actions.
Okay, Martin, what you don't understand right here, I'm going to make it clear for you, is that I agree with you on all these things. Listen, man, I'm Denzel's bitch. All right? I'm Denzel's hoe right now, okay? And I like the movie a lot, man, because the movie for me is never boring. And there's something about just watching a movie where it's just straight ass kicking. Denzel he goes in, he kills people, he does it cool, like he's hanging people and granted, he's got that expression on his face the whole time, but it's kind of cool. You just want to see the bad guys get it so bad because I always say, you know what? I want the good guys to just kill someone every now and then and show them the face of death before they die.
Sure.
And Denzel does that. But here's the problem with the movie, man. This is a movie that buys his own bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not disagreeing with it. I want you to know, people, that you can come to the movie in two different directions. You can just love the action in it and the fight. Because for a 2.5 hour movie, I was never bored.
I had a part where I was bored a little bit. There's something in the beginning, a little bit after the very beginning where I thought it was kind of stalling a little bit.
Well, and Denzel, I mean, I know I keep saying I'm Denzel's bitch, but Denzel, he's not just stoic to the whole movie. There's parts of it where, like I tell you, that part where he's dancing and stuff, there's that Denzel charm where they make this guy who's a killer feel like a man, feel like a real human being.
Sure.
But that human being that we see, y'all had to take this shit way too far. Taken knows when to stop after an hour and a half.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This movie got to a point where you saw it starting to get a little full of itself. You're like, oh, he's so badass. He could do this. and he's so badass. Oh, he can do this. And you say, okay, no, just stop. Just stop. And no, he can do this. And, no, he can't. No, he really can't do that. No, he can do this. No, he can't do that, man. No, he can do that. It's like, just fuck it. All right, just do what you want to do, man. I can't tell you. There are points in this movie. The problem with being able to be such a badass in a film like this is that you don't feel for the character anymore.
No.
There's no sense of danger for him at all. Now, that didn't bother me that bad, but I will admit that will bother some people. There's not a point in this film where you think that he could ever be in danger. And it's because they keep putting in these situations where even if he's that much of a badass, he's at least going to get injured. But even when he gets injured, you see a point where he
shakes it off. He walks it off.
He'll find something. He'll find something to make it hot.
Yeah.
Put it on there. And before he's like, fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Good. It's all good now.
I mean, it's a little cheap because we have the setup for what should be character, but isn't. But okay. But you want to see him get the revenge and do it. But it does go too far. And it's just so much of what he does. Like, people getting killed and all. And I'm like, I get it. The police are corrupt, but some sirens maybe, or you were involved in this big crime scene and you just go to work the next day like it ain't nothing. It's just we're feeling like, is any of this real?
And you know something? You're right. At first, some of the villains start out threatening, and then they turn evil. And then they get to a point, you can't see it right here, but this is, what's his name?
Martin Soska.
Martin Soska. It gets to a point where he has to take his shirt off and he has to show you his tattoos.
Yeah.
Man, we get it. He's evil.
Right.
You don't have to go that far with this. But I'll tell you what was getting me. There's certain things in the movie. This could have been a shorter movie if they just cut out some dumb shit. My man works at a Home Depot, and this is called Home Mart. Instead of
Walmart and a Home Depot mixed together.
Mixed together. You know what they did? They took the home from Home Depot, and they took the colors from Walmart, the yellow,
right,
and put it together. He works at Home Mart. Who the fuck robs? We're just gonna say Home Depot here. Who the fuck decides to rob a Home Depot at noon?
Right.
In the middle of the day.
In the middle of the day. By gunpoint.
Right here. Like this shit right here.
Yeah, you see people shoplifting all the time. But just come in gunpoint to rob a Home Depot, that never happened.
I would think that you would wait at night to rob something when there's nobody around.
Yeah.
And does Home Depot really have that much fucking money?
Right, in the cash register?
In the cash register.
Yeah.
I mean, they got places where people, you see them using cards all day. They ain't got that much money there. What is about fucking home? I'm sure there was a 7-Eleven right next door.
Yeah, it gives you that feeling like, was this an old script?
It's only there because they want to show you, this guy picked the wrong Home Depot on the wrong day. And it's just, so we get to see a shot of Denzel picking up a sledgehammer and going after the guy and putting the sledgehammer back. Which, by the way, if you decide to rob a Home Depot at noon in the middle of the day, you need the fuck knocked out of you with a sledgehammer. Maybe Denzel knocked some sense into him.
I mean, but really, the only thing Denzel was missing in his movie was a cape. Because he really was just a Superman who would go around and doing these things. And it seems like the movie wanted to focus on, okay, it's him versus the Russian mob. But he takes some side missions ever so often, too.
Nothing hurts him. No one can beat him. And it gets fucking ridiculous by the end of the movie because I'll just put it this way. By the end of the movie, he's beating up a country. Am I lying?
No, you're right. Oh, man. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. That point where you feel like, all right, you guys stretched it pretty far, but let's go home. And they go like, no, we're not done yet. He's going to hop on a plane and destroy a country's economy.
And he destroy a fucking country. I'm not lying.
Not
about
lying.
This. But one man. But then he works his way up to something totally ridiculous because when you take on a whole country, then it gets to the point where you have to start asking questions like, well, why didn't they send this one man over to beat Osama bin Laden?
Yes. And did you notice that thing he does with that other country? It's 3 days after the other thing. Three days to hop on a plane, go to Russia, do all this stuff.
Do all this shit. And then you got to come back. It takes about 3 days to get over there.
Yeah.
And he ain't tired and shit. And
then just goes to work the next day like nothing happened.
And then just goes to work. I mean, people, you want to know how crazy this shit gets? Yeah, I like the movie, but I can't argue with my man over here. I cannot.
It's goddamn ridiculous.
My man is so fucking badass that he can start a microwave and time it when there's no electricity.
That's a funny thing.
He decides to make a trap, and the microwave has to be timed. There's no power on. But hey, Denzel's so badass. If he tells our microwave, you better have power, it's going to have power. If
you don't have power, if you ain't turning, when he turns that power on, we're going to have a problem.
Yeah. Another thing, this man works at Home Depot. Why would the villains decide to come see him where he can do some Home Alone shit?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's his fucking element, man.
I know.
They come to see him in his element where he knows where the breaker box is, where he can cut where he can cut the power off, and where he in the darkness he still knows where every saw, where every nail gun, where every fucking hammer is, where every sharp object is, and they decide to come see him.
Yeah.
And by the way, they talk about, and it probably wouldn't be that big a deal if you wouldn't go see, who was his contact? Melissa Leo?
Yeah.
He goes to see Melissa Leo, and she says, oh, Martin Soskas, or whatever his name is in the movie, he's smart.
Teddy
Teddy. He's intelligent. He's smart. Well, he wasn't that fucking smart when he decided to take Denzel on in his own territory.
Well, that's the thing. They build him up, but when you really look at that character, like the most threatening thing he does is choke a woman to death. Outside of that, it's like, well, you know, you get to the end, you're like, man, they built you up like this is gonna be a big face off between you two, and Denzel kind of had you for lunch. And all the way through this movie.
That's another thing. He's such a badass that when it comes to that final conflict, no big deal. You know, you just, not to spoil anything for y'all, but you think it's going, I'm just telling you right now so you don't expect too much.
Yeah.
Denzel's such a badass, you don't get a climax.
You really don't.
You don't, you know. And if I could just say, when I'm going to wrap this up, I could just say one more thing right here. He's always telling people throughout the movie, don't eat processed sugar, don't eat those potato chips, don't eat processed food, refined sugar and all that kind of stuff. Diet right. Meanwhile, do you see Denzel? Like he's like a superhero in that he wears one costume through the whole movie.
Right.
Now, and it's not a muscle costume. Not once do you see Denzel show any muscle, show any abs, or show any chest. He wears his big ass, baggy, dirty fucking shirt and pants through the whole movie. Why? Because you know Denzel is eating fucking chips. And sugar.
Sugared chips.
Sugar, yeah, he's dipping his shit in sugar.
Hey, old man. Do as I say, not as I do.
Not as I do. Hell, they did a close-up on his hands. You can see the grease on the pork rinds on there. Fuck it. Look at this. Look. You can tell he's big. He got a stomach. Look at him.
Oh, I don't know about that. He seemed trim, just maybe not muscular. You know, he wasn't like in his hurricane fighting shape.
No. Hey, look, he didn't.
He don't have to be.
He didn't look refined enough to tell other people what they should be eating. Sit up there, you know.
He's like, look, I'm an old man. I look good.
Fucking with people. I like crunchy things. Carrots are crunchy. Yeah,
I know, man. When he said that, I was like, you know what? Fuck you.
Fuck you, yeah. No, you saying, you know, he looked like he was trim enough. Bullshit. Look at this right here. Stomach out the door before he is.
Oh, come on, man.
Look at him. He's looking for a Burger King right now. Look at him. Boy, I can use a Whopper right now. Look at him. You know, after their ass kicking, I sure could use a burger. Yeah, look at it. Look at that stuff.
That's muscle.
Hey, I ain't gonna tell him otherwise. Fuck it. I just like so much a superhero. He does not change that fucking suit at all. Every time he goes out, he's wearing that same fucking shirt.
Tell you, man, you should have spray painted a big skull on it.
I'm telling you, this is what you're getting in the movie. Right here. Yeah. How you like that Photoshop job right there?
Yeah, it's like a Gary Eakin special.
It's amazing, isn't it? I went to class for that kind of shit. Learn very well, didn't I? People, I love the movie, actually. When I say I loved it for personal reasons. Like I said, I had fun with this action so much. And I really do think that if they can go and buy Taken, then this movie shouldn't be that far behind. But because it goes on so long, you have to take more ridiculous shit with this than you would in Taken. I mean, it's almost like Taken's an hour and a half of stupid shit. This is 2.5 hours. You're getting twice the stupid shit.
It's 2.5 hours of stupider shit.
You know, like I said, there's no emotion there. It's just pure action.
It's too bad.
I liked it enough to give it a matinee. I mean, just as much as it's like a full price inside of me and I'm having fun, I go see it again. I can't let all that dumb stuff pass by. I mean, if I did that, the movie making me look stupid. And
pretty much.
And Denzel, as much as I love him, as much as I love you, Denzel, you ain't gonna make me look dumb either.
Yeah, he is charming, and it's the action is well done, and when something that really ticks me off in the movies is when they have a guy playing the action hero, and you can tell. I don't know if it's just the way it's shot with the stuntman or the stunt coordination, where you go like, that ain't him doing any of that. Like with the Kingsman, I'm like, they ain't Colin Firth. He showed up, delivered his line, and sat down and sipped tea while the stuntman did everything. This is shot in a way where it's convincing that it's Denzel doing it. Probably not him, but it looks like it, and I give it credit for that.
Okay.
But with his charm, it also just kept making me come back to the fact that like he's better than this. He has the range to be playing a more thorough character that would have more going on. Kind of irked me. I'm gonna be nice because I know people are going to want to go see this and get their revenge fantasies out. So I'll say a low matinee.
All right. No, this is dumb shit. But Denzel, boy, Denzel. Look, tell you what,
It's a cartoon.
you tell him to his face. I think it's a full price, Martin. Full price.
I still say low matinee until I saw him looking around the room doing that shit. He was always like, whoa. Maybe it was a full price.
Yeah.
You can unlock the door.
Doing that Sherlock Holmes shit.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Like, shot glass, a corkscrew, tattoos. I should have brought a gun. I don't know what I was thinking.
And if I may add, I'm moving on. Moving on, we're going to get to some calls and emails real quick. But if I may add, again, it's another situation of either nobody would survive in this situation, no matter how bad it is.
I know, exactly.
Or he just conveniently happens to be there at a time when only one guy brought his gun.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, normally you go like, okay, if he was going to be tactical about it, find his way to like pick them off one by one. You're like, okay. Walk right into the room with all of them around and walk into the center of them before he even attacks. Gun fires off in a crowded nightclub that he had to walk through.
Exactly.
Nobody reacts at all to
By
that.
the way, he's in a restaurant when he's back there firing the gun and everything, and he just walks out and everybody's still eating.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe they know. Shit, that's the Equalizer.
Yeah, it's a Russian. It's a Russian restaurant. That's what you got to put up with. But the borscht is really good.
Yeah. What you looking at? Anyway, Martin, let's go ahead and take some calls and some emails real quick. Oh, Martin, that music just won't let me. It will never let me just finish this show, man. It will never just let me finish this show.
That music.
Martin, that means that you gotta get a gold star. Denzel said so, Martin. Denzel said
Well,
you have to
if
get a
he
gold
says
star.
it, then I have to
He
do
said
it.
so. Yes, he said so. Martin,
Yes.
you failed miserably.
I did.
You failed miserably
I crashed and burned.
at that troll game. Thought you knew your trolls, Martin. As much as you get trolled online,
But I'm not doing the trolling.
maybe that's it. But you know what? You are a badass. You are a badass, and you are an older gentleman too.
Okay.
But
So this is the setup for this week's quiz.
it is. The name of the game is Over the Hill and Right Up Your Ass.
That's a great title.
I think so. We might keep that game going some other time if the
Okay.
opportunity presents itself.
All right.
Now, the way we play this game is, I hope I can explain it better than the troll game.
Okay.
What happens here is that we see in most of these vigilante movies, especially when they're dealing with older guys.
Mm-hmm.
These older guys, they just want to be left alone. They just want to live their life out quietly. They don't want to hurt anybody
Right.
anymore. They feel bad about what they did before.
Yeah. They live the life. They just want to step away from it.
They just want to step away from it.
But
But
these
somebody
young punks just won't let them just pull them right back in.
Exactly, Martin. Now, see, you got it, Martin. You're gonna do good at this game. You're gonna do good at this game. Now, the way these questions are framed are most of these guys don't go crazy until you mess with something that they have.
Okay.
So the way this game is gonna go is this guy was cool until you mess with.
Oh.
Dot,
yeah.
dot, dot.
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
Youch.
let's go ahead and try. Let me get ready right here. Let me go to the game here. I had the wrong game up. This is number one. Yes, it is, Martin. Yes, it is. So let's go ahead and let me bring the music up, and we're going to go ahead and start this. Now, Martin, here is your first question right here. And it says, number one, I'm cool until you mess with my daughter. Now, hold on, Martin. Now, Martin, I'm giving you some easy ones first.
Sure.
Let's just-
They always start out easy.
Yeah, I'm cool until you mess with my daughter, Martin. You think you got this? I'll let people see it one more time. I'm cool until you mess with my dog. Martin, what do you think?
It's got to be Liam Neeson and Taken.
Martin, look at that. You got it. Yes, yes, you do. It is Liam Neeson in Taken. You know, you
Just let it go. To walk away.
He would tell people too. Again, you just got to give her back, and I will not do anything. But you keep fucking with me. See that picture right there? But you keep on. I'm about to put this bullet right up your ass right here. You know, I feel like he's holding that gun against Denzel right now. Like, Denzel's like, do it. I dare you. And he's like,
Man, he looks like he really don't want to do it.
Like he really. That's the thing about Liam Neeson, man. That's what I'm saying. In every movie, Liam Neeson does not want to hurt you. He's like, you can see him about to cry. Why are you making me do this? I don't want to. But Denzel don't give a fuck. Hey man, he's like in that picture right there. He's like, look, man, I killed 10 people already today. I'm tired right now. You gonna make me do another one? All right, if I have to.
He's at it look like it's your choice.
Yeah, exactly. You can be number 11. I don't give a fuck. Shit, I'm gonna go home and eat chicken anyway. All right, Martin. Let's get to our next one right here. Number 2. I'm cool until you mess with my wife and daughter. We got 2 right there. I'm cool until you mess with my wife and daughter.
Are these only movies?
They're only movies, Martin. Movies featuring older guys as vigilantes. Now, Martin, hold on. I see you want to say it. Let the people out there get it. I'm cool until you mess with my wife and daughter. You think you got it, Martin?
Maybe.
Go ahead.
Is that Death Wish?
On the comeback trail, the comeback kid. And they, oh man, Charles Bronson's so proud of you. Like, that's right.
Hey, pal.
You got it, pal.
Good job.
Hey, Thomas. Good one. All right, Martin, you're doing well. 2 for 2 so far. But Martin, as you know, we got 3 more.
I know, and it get harder.
And they get harder. But I got faith in you, man. You're doing well already. All right, let's go to our 3rd one here. I'm cool until you mess with my British best friend. Martin, you're giggling either that's because you know it, or you're giggling because you don't.
Okay.
Okay, you think you got it?
I think I got it.
Okay, people. So you guys out there, older guy, somebody messed with his British best friend and he wasn't going to take it. He was cool until then. Who do you think it is, people? I think Martin has it. Martin, who am I talking about?
I'm thinking it's Harry Brown. Michael Caine.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Harry Brown. Not Harry Brown.
No, I think if you go back and listen to it, nobody ever calls him Harry.
You know
it's
what?
always Harry.
Oh, Harry. Yeah, you're right, Martin. It is Harry Brown. The H is silent. There he is. A bunch of hoodlums and thugs and kids killed his best friend.
All those kids from Attack the Block.
All those kids from Attack the Block. Those chavies. And he had to set them on fire. Look at him. He set them on fire back there. You don't mess with Harry Brown. All right, Martin.
Michael Caine is
that's
Harry
pretty
Brown.
good. You can do that again.
No. This ain't the trip.
Okay. All right, Martin. But you are a trip, Martin. You're tripping me out on how well you're doing these questions right now. Martin, they do get a little harder.
I know.
See if you get this one right.
Do I even know any more of these?
All right, let's see about that. Number 4, I'm cool until you mess with my Asian. I am cool until you mess with my Asian. You got it?
No, I don't.
Think about it, man. Think about it. What movies have we seen where somebody mess with someone's Asian and they had to take matters into their own hands? I'm cool until you mess with my Asian.
Okay.
You think you got it?
Yeah.
Okay, people. You know Martin's been beating you at this game right now. You not gonna let him? Are you gonna let him get this one? Come on, you got it right, Martin. What is the answer?
Clint Eastwood, Gran Torino.
God damn, Martin. You know your old vigilantes. Martin, you are right about that. Even Clint Eastwood was like, God damn, he got that?
That's how that look.
Shit.
He's ready to beat my ass.
That nigga, I thought he was going to get this one wrong. I'm about to choke his ass out real quick. Fuck. All right, Martin. He really does look mad at you. That motherfucker owe me $20. All right, Martin. 4 for 4. 4 for 4. I might have to get you a beer. You're gonna earn this now. Do you want to? Yeah, tell you what. If you got to run home after this,
no.
I'll get you a beer if you want to. If you get this last one right,
We'll see.
We're gonna put the. Come on, man, commit to it now. Because don't be scared. Have confidence.
All right.
Hey, and the thing is, it's not like you have to get me a beer if you lose. I'll get you one.
Okay.
I just want to make the stakes high here.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, let me see what it is first. Nah, that's all right. I don't want to buy you a beer. You might get this one.
Oh.
No, you know what? I already said it. I'll get you a beer. I'll get you a beer. In fact, I'll get you a Corona. Why? Because I'm cool until you mess with my Mexicans. I am cool until you mess with my Mexicans. Old vigilante, old badass. Messing with his Mexicans. Fighting for the Mexicans, Martin.
Okay.
Hold on. What do you think, people? This is a tricky one. But that's why I said I'd get Martin a beer, because stakes are high right now. What do you think, Martin?
Danny Trejo, Machete.
You know, I don't really have any money tonight, so we'll have to wait till next week for this. If you can take a rain check on that beer. It is Machete. 5 for 5, Martin. Very good. Look at Danny Trejo with his coat open. Hey, Martin, want to buy a knife?
I know. I was gonna say, it's like a cutlery salesman.
I'm offering you a chance to do the right thing. Take it.
Shady mania, so many